Border City TV, man. Welcome to Border City TV, man. Today is Tuesday, February the 7th, 2023. And we definitely in the building, man. Border City TV. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to these videos. Your support is truly appreciated. Man, it's absolutely free and it costs you not a thing, man. We got a special guest today, man. Today's show, we are going to be talking about, man, the recent crime spikes in Windsor, Ontario. For y'all who don't know where Windsor, Ontario is, man, it's in Canada. You know what I'm saying? It's our neighbors to the north, and you know they known for saying, hey. So what up, though, man? We got RPF experience up in the building, man. So go
Yo,
ahead
what
and tell
up?
them a little bit about
Thanks for
yourself.
having me here today. I'm excited, bro. Talk about my community and my city.
For sure, man. I'm excited for you, man. For sure, man. Hey, I've been in Windsor, man. I started going to Windsor a long time ago. You feel me?
The Voodoo and Sin days, right?
You said what? Hold on. Hey, turn you up. Hold on. Let me see. Turn you up a little bit. Your volume up.
Yeah, my volume's all the way.
There you go.
Back in the day when there was Voodoo and Sin, right?
Yeah, Voodoo, Sin, Rush, Reactor.
Yeah.
Shit.
Ooh, I've never been a reactor, but I'm too young.
All that, man. Shit, man. So let's get started, man. How long you been staying in Windsor, Ontario, man?
My whole life. I'm 31 years old. So a little background about me. I started out volunteering when I was 13 years old. This is the University of Windsor High. I used to be a water boy there for 6 years. I started an anti-bullying campaign. I got really involved in my community. Got involved in the LGBT community as a straight ally. Worked with a lot in the mental health scene, and I did a lot of volunteer work. And yeah, as you got older, you realize, this is your city. You gotta care about your city. You gotta be that, vocal leader, and and that's what I do, man. I work and I play Xbox, and I just go to community events where I can.
For sure, man. You seem like you real tied into the community, man. You care about your community, man. What's going on in your community right now, man?
Our community is being called Detroit Junior. We got a lot of crime going around. A lot of shootings, a lot of stabbings, and a lot of drug issues, man. It's just sad to, every morning when I have my morning coffee and I'm looking at my mobile phone, it's like another crime, another shit.
I feel you, man. So, it just seemed like it's a lot more murders. So it seemed like it's a lot more violent crimes. Now, I'm not saying that, Windsor was this place where nothing ever happened. Don't get me wrong, it's crime everywhere and things happen everywhere. But it just seemed like it's on the uprise, man. So what do you think about that?
It is. 100%. When you look at Windsor, Windsor wasn't known as a crime rate. Windsor is a friendly city that you can come to, have a beer. We have so much great restaurants, so much great, winery, so much beautiful craft beers. But lately, it's like when you come to Windsor, you're hearing about shooting, you're hearing about stabbing, you're hearing about a break-in, but this is happening every day. You hear about a shooting like once a year. And now you hear about 2 or 3 a year, maybe 4 or 5. And it's saddening to hear that.
True, most definitely. I mean, because I used to come to Windsor, man. I come to Windsor, the streets and everything, man, look clean compared to over here, man. You hardly see litter, man. Like you say, you will go to the club, you will have a good time. The most you will see, man, maybe somebody get stabbed, man. But the most it was a fight. You know what I'm saying? And I can handle a fight.
Yeah. But that happens in every club. Someone pulls a knife on someone fights. It doesn't happen, but lately when you go downtown Windsor, it's like you go to a club and everyone has a weapon on them. Someone's trying to fight someone because they think they run the streets and they're gonna go downtown and get liquored up and they're gonna do some violence and they're gonna go preach about it. It's like bro, you're ruining for everyone else.
Most definitely. What do you? I'm gonna ask you. Do you feel music, man, is a big influence and the reason this crime stuff is rising?
No, I won't say music. I just think stupidity. Because especially I'm 31, but when you look at the younger crowd, a lot of the younger crowd think that they're all acting tough. They come in, they have a gun, they talk all this shit on social media. They come downtown, and but it's like end of the day, it's like when you go out, you're trying to have a good time. You're trying to vibe, meet some new people, But unfortunately, there's a bunch of idiots that ruin it for a lot of people. And what can you do? There's nothing you can do. You just got to sit there and hope for the police to step up and do something. But 9 out of 10 times, The police are just chilling, drinking their coffee and donuts.
I never understood in Canada, man. Like I hear about these people doing the crimes and everything. These I'm gonna say just say violent, hideous crimes, and getting the shortest prison sentence.
You know, it sucks to see the way our you know like our like our laws are stupid. You know, I think the max is 25 years in jail. Man, people will sit there and just get away with stuff. You know what I mean? I remember there was actually a crime that happened, I want to say 3 years ago, where a girl gets murdered. A girl got murdered by, I think he was an international student. Yeah, because he was buying cocaine off a stripper. And what happened? Yeah, it happened a few blocks from my place. But what happened? That incident was there was a big talk in the community because this guy buys cocaine off a stripper and her pimp, and they kind of screwed him over. So what does he do? He chases him inside the building, goes inside the wrong house, kills the girl, an innocent girl, okay, while her kid's in the next bedroom. Then what does he do? He goes on a run. He ends up crossing the border, and they catch him in like Washington area 6 months later.
In Washington?
Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was like Seattle, Washington area. And he went to jail, and then but like it just happened. Like his plea started in 2002, and from what I remember, he was talking about how he shouldn't get a crime rate because he was a victim here because he got messed up in a drug deal. But it's like, bro, you killed a bystander, and nothing to do with it. But like this man went on a run for 6 years. But there was like so much community outpouring saying this is unfair.
So, do you know how much time he got?
I think he's waiting his sentence. I'm trying to remember that case name because a lot of people had I forget her name, but it was people that had T-shirts on, like people's lawn. It was justice for forget her lady's name. But I drive by that apartment all the time. I just think about that incident, bro.
Yeah, man, it's crazy when you drive by a place or you walk past a place and something happened there, man, and you have a memory and it just bring it right back, man. That's crazy. But I had seen something on the news, man. These people walked into the Home Depot, man.
Oh yeah,
man, about 3 of them, man, and just clean house, man.
And actually, it was 5. They're looking for 5 people. But they clean over $5,000 in stolen property and stuff, and it's like. I think that was the 3rd Home Depot someone hit.
Really?
But yeah, bro, that's a common thing the last few weeks. People going to Home Depots and stealing shit, bro. Like, there's been so much articles. Oh, and then just going on the last 3 days, they're looking for 3 people who scam people. Like, there was one incident where a guy left the debit in an ATM and a guy scammed him. And then there was another one of a lady writing fake checks over 40 grand.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got hit in Windsor not too long ago on some fraud shit, man. You know, they got my debit card and everything, man. Cleared it. I'm talking about in a matter of minutes, man.
Bro, welcome to Windsor, bro.
Yeah, I know. Hey, man. Hey, look. I ain't gonna lie, man. I was heated, man. But luckily, man, when people steal shit off a debit card, man, they wouldn't be, man. You easily get your money back. But I was just like, man, damn, man. I'm a victim of crime in Windsor, man, for the first time, dog.
But you don't expect that. When you come to Windsor, you don't expect that.
Man, hell no, I wasn't expecting that, though.
No, but that's what the city is becoming.
Because I just see somebody else, man, they took an excavator, man, and broke into the bingo.
Yeah, bro. Like, but you read about that shit every day lately. Something new is happening in the city. If what was it? During the summertime, 2 cops shoot a homeless guy down because he had a machete. The guy buys a machete at a pawn shop and is going down Oled waving a machete on people. And next thing you know, because what happened was I literally work across the street from this went down, but I'll never forget because I seen a video of them just this guy's going up to a car and hitting the car with a machete, saying, "Give me money, or I'm slicing your head." And next thing you know, you have two cops on a bike coming in. They tasered him, and then he starts waving his machete at her. He was like inches away from us chopping her head off. Inches away. So what they do is they shot a bullet and shot him right in the head and killed him.
They killed him?
They killed him. But here's the thing: recently they got no charges because what can you do? End of the day. But here's the thing: they were protecting civilians because here's a guy who got a machete off a pawn shop, about to slice some. Like he was hitting the cars, bro. He was smashing the car with a machete. Like here was a guy. Apparently, he had a case of mental health and drug abuse.
Right.
And he got charged with some, and he got charged up in Edmonton for the same shit 5 years ago.
For the machete shit.
Yeah, he got charged with a machete weapon, and he like, and I think I don't know if he did time, but he literally came to Windsor, and I don't know if they didn't release no toxicology report, but next thing you know, like straight up, this guy literally had a machete because like I got to send a video of the shooting. Because one of my boys like knows a lot of people, so I got the video. And next thing you know, in the video, you can see the cops like, "Please put your weapon down." And he went up to the female cop and waved the machete at her. Like I said, inches away. They put 2 tasers on him. Tasers didn't do shit to him, and he's coming at them with a machete, waving more, like saying, "I'm gonna kill you." And poop. They kind of shot him in the neck, and he goes down and dead.
So this is another thing I have to say, man. The police, like my experiences with the police in Windsor, man, like they ain't been the best, but they ain't been the worst. You know what I'm saying? I can't say, oh man, because I don't know that much. I try to avoid the police.
No, like if there's anything I gotta say about the police, like some of them don't do their job, and you can tell they don't. Some of them act there for the paycheck and stuff. But there's a lot of good cops, man. Like there's one cop, his name is Jamie Joe Nelson. He's in charge of the multicultural unit, and he's making a huge difference in their community. If it's from going to a playground playing basketball with kids, or even going around and just like to different cultures and stuff. I know we got a new Windsor police chief, and he's been doing a phenomenal job. You know, you see on social media, he's going around this different community aspects, and like making sure that hey, we're the Windsor police. This is a new culture change. You know, there's another cop. There's a few cops that was in the paper. R.J. Franklin, a good buddy of mine, actually, he got a medal award because he showed up to I forget what happened, but someone died and he performed CPR and saved them. I mean,
that's what's up. That's what's
and there
up,
was another there's another cop cars. There was an incident where someone was kidnapped and they were able to find her, but they found her at home with the kidnapper. So what they did was they like within minutes. This happened a few months ago, but within minutes, they had a tactic team. 9 cops just right on the spot. The tactic team walked in there and got the victim and like handcuffed the victim and brought the kidnapper out. Which I think within there's good cops out there. I'm not saying all the Windsor police cops are crap out there, but there's so many good cops out there. The wanted side, eh? But
man, this was a recent thing that I seen, man. You know, the police looking for somebody, you know what I'm saying? That it was a beating down by Glengarry, you know what I'm saying? If y'all know,
yeah, Glengarry's known as like a big drug unit.
That's a fact.
Because when you go to Glengarry, when you go to that area of our city, it's known as a massive coke dealership.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, my times in Glengarry, there was some wild times. You feel me?
Oh yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. You know, but at the same time, it's like, damn, do you think it's just the people, man? You know, honestly.
It could be the people, but you have to realize, like, it could be the people. A lot of people, like, there's violence everywhere in the city. Everywhere, you know? You can't just blame one area of a bad thing. You don't know where the criminals live, but most of the area, a lot of homelessness hangs around that area. If you go around that area, you have a lot of drug dealers, a lot of people. But there was a shooting last year in St. Patty's Day near that area.
In Glengarry? Yeah, I think I heard.
No, because the thing about that night was I was at the club and a car drives by and pulls a weapon out. And I'm like freaking out, running in the corner store, hiding behind an ATM machine, like thinking I'm about to get shot. And then later on at night, I got invited to the after party. I'm like, no, I got to work tomorrow. Little I know, at the after party, 3 people show up and shoot someone up.
Yeah. That's kind of like why I stayed away from after parties, them house parties and shit.
But I had to work the next morning, you know.
Yeah, I mean, plus you got to work the next morning. But if you had time to dangle, man, still, man, it was just shit. Really don't happen good at an after party, man.
Yeah. But like the thing was, from what I heard, it's like a lot of these like shootings that happen and stabbing has to do over like drugs. You know what I mean? I remember reading back in what was it? Oh yeah, there's two murders that always stick out to me. There's one because like there's one that happened in 2018. They caught one guy when he was trying to leave this country, but this one 16-year-old kid stole a truck and he was bragging about it on social media. So what happened was the truck found out about this, so they set him up with a girl. He shows up to the guy's house, and when he walks in the house, there's the guy's truck he stolen with two other guys. So they beat him up, shot him point blank in the head, left his body in the alley, and when the police found the alley, it was horrible. And then so next, the one other guy is still on the run, but they caught the other guy, I think, right on the border. Like he was literally hopping on the plane, and they just rolled up and arrested him. And then there was another stabbing. What happened was this one guy apparently owed someone money, and he was going around like, I ain't gonna pay you. And he's like, when I see you, shit's gonna happen. So homeboy's riding his BMX bike. The guy sees him, but from what I heard, he pulled a Yui, pulled the car, parked the car a block away. Two guys run out of the car, stabbed the guy pretty badly. Where literally, from what I've known, that like he stabbed, I think he got like over 30. I don't know if it wasn't 30, but he got stabbed so badly that people who witnessed this came out, and there was like paramedics, like there was like a doctor who seen this, and a doctor comes out and tries to like save him, but by the time the ambulance came, he's dead. Like from what I heard, because I'll never forget the picture someone showed me, but like there was a puddle of blood. Like when I mean puddle, I mean like a big puddle.
That's
And it's like, man, but like a lot of the shit has to do with the youth, because the youth, like a lot of the youth, it comes from generations too. Comes from generations because okay, my mom and dad are drug dealers, or they went through homelessness. We're gonna do that shit too. You know what I mean? Like I go downtown and I see a lot of young people that think that I'm this and that. I have a weapon, but it's like not be. Use your fist. If you want to fight, use your fist.
Bro, that's the most oldest shit that's new with this generation now, man. Like, I guess they think they the only ones that got guns, bro. Everybody got a gun nowadays, bro. Everybody got a gun nowadays. That shit don't make you tough, bro. It don't make you more gangster.
No, it doesn't. It just
and a lot of the times they doing it to show off for a female, to get a female's attention.
Oh, 100%. My guy, 100%, man. But when you look at Windsor leading and all the crime scene, it has to do like, man. You look at that shooting of what happened a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? It has to do over a baby mama drama. You know what I mean? That was, in my opinion, I think that was one of the coldest killings I've personally heard of. Because the way he got killed was execution style.
Yeah, the way you heard them shots from that video, man, was like, damn, dog.
But here's the thing. The thing is, from the stories I heard, he showed up. And when he shot him, he put his arm up to protect. And then when he fell to the ground, because I think two bullets hit him in the neck, the guy literally went up to him and shot him right in the head. He was already dead, basically dead. He just shot him in the head.
Man, and it's sad. It's sad to see the youth, man. And it was too young.
Very sad, man. Very sad, man.
It was too young.
There's a lot of people who are trying to step up the youth. I know there's a program by the guy named of Mahardy. His name's Mahardy. He has this foundation for black guys where he tries to help people that live in the Glendale area, So there's people in the city that are trying to make that change, and they're trying to make that difference in the city. You know what I mean? There's people who want to see, there's people, I know this past year when we had elections for a mayor, the runner-up, Chris Holt, one of his strategy was, I want to change Glendale around. He personally wanted to make Glendale a safe community. Back in the 1970s, Glendale was a family area. It was Waterworld. You had the Spitfire Arena, but now it's horrible.
Yeah, Waterworld ain't even there no more.
Waterworld is basically owned by homelessness.
That's a fact, because I see a lot of homeless people just lounging around.
Oh yeah, bro. You walk by Glendale here, you see someone, especially at night, someone's walking to get drugs, or you see a homeless person.
That's a fact, man. I remember that. I remember not too long ago, man, that whole area was bustling, man. You always see activity. It just seemed like after the pandemic, everybody got batshit crazy. You feel me? Everybody then lost their mind, and they all different people now. You know what I'm saying? After the pandemic.
Yeah, but Windsor's been more of a crazy city the last few years,
Exactly. I mean, and I'm not saying that like, man, this Windsor the most shittiest place, but from what you've known, Windsor has changed a lot. You
Oh yeah,
understand?
big time.
I look at because look, and this is another thing I don't get about Windsor. Y'all are currently going through a housing crisis, right?
Big time. Big
So
time.
it's hard for people to find houses, and they steady importing people into the country, into y'all city, and stuff like that,
Oh yeah, bro.
and
Like,
making
I
it
don't want to.
hard for residents, longtime residents who has always been there, and they can't even find a place,
I
man.
don't want to be rude, but like they're basically saying like, come to Windsor, you know. But there's a lot of people like personally me. I don't want to pay $1,200 for a bachelor. I rent a room for $475 a month. I gotta share other living space. But when you look around the city, there's there's a lot of crooked landlords. There's apartments I go around for $1,200 for a bachelor room, and then like $1,500 for a room. And it's like, bro, it's like, you know what I mean? Instead of finding a common effort where, hey, let's get an apartment to help people out. Nah, bro. And that's the thing. It comes down to our mayor, which is Drew Dickinson is a horrible mayor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know of a situation, right? I know of a person whose house is just like literally falling apart, right? And the management, landlords, or whoever, the coalition or whatever like that, man, they drag their ass so slow to and not even fix nothing, right? And tell half of the people that it's their responsibility to fix it. I see a lot of slumlords in Windsor. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
big time. Big time.
And then the lady, it's somebody that told this person, man, that they was gonna complain to a higher authority. The coalition told them, well, if you go report it, then we're gonna evict you.
Oh yeah, bro. You hear stories like that all the time. What was it?
No.
There was an apartment 1600 where people didn't get hot water and shit, and thankfully for the War 3, Ronaldinho stepped in.
Yeah, I mean, well, he cut out, man. He lost. Oh, there you go. You back?
And Instagram, but I told my buddy I'm busy.
Okay, I got you.
I tell people I'm busy and they still call me,
Exactly. But no, yeah. But I just feel like they're not making enough housing for the people who are already there, man.
No, they don't. And that's the thing about our city. That's the thing about our city. It's like, when someone has a good idea, it gets shot down. Like one thing they proposed that I like this idea is they're trying to make like a safe drug space. You know what I mean? Because when you look around all the homeless crisis, they're doing drugs. You know what I mean? So why not give them a safe space? Because when they overdose, there can be a paramedic on site. Like, you know what I mean? We can't go up to a homeless guy and say, "Can you please stop doing drugs?"
True.
They're still going to do it.
True.
They're still going to leave the needle downtown. They're still going to go around. So, you know what I mean? This is a big topic to pay because a lot of people are saying this is a stupid idea. But at the end of the day, it's not a stupid idea because these people are already doing the drugs. They're already doing them. So why not give them a safe space to do the drugs, to sit there and maybe help them out? Because at the end of the day, it sucks to see you walk around, in the streets of the city and you see needles everywhere. So, how can you prevent that? You can't prevent that. They're not going to listen to you and be like, oh, hey, man, like, I'm going to put the needles down. They're still going to do it. And anything, they're going to do it more.
That's a fact. Lee Durrell say, yeah, coming here to get free money and people from here can't even get welfare. Or if they own it, the government wants to take their little bit of their 500 and give them people thousands of free dollars. Exactly, man. That's the type of stuff that I don't understand, man. Why can't you look out for your own people first, man? The people that been solid, that been standing 10 toes down with you for their life. You can't look out for them.
But unfortunately, this is our city. I mean, this is our city. Like some people don't want to change. They pretend like they want to change, but they don't want to change. You know what I mean? If people really want to make a difference, they go out and do something in the community. I met a lot of cool people in my community that want to do a change, that do the change. Like that grand I was saying, Mahari, man, this guy's been doing this for 10 years. That man started off 10 years ago with just the money in his pocket. That man decided, he said, instead of feeding myself, I want to help people. Look at 10 years later, his foundation has been growing so much in the community. I mean, there's people, like I said, like the officer, Jamie and Jill Nelson, you know what I mean, who sits there and they want to change. If you want to make a change in the community, what's stopping you from going out and making that change? Who cares if people are going to put you down and say shit? You're doing it for others. You're doing it to better yourself. A real leader doesn't do it for attention, doesn't do it for anything. A real leader goes out and makes that change. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of gay people in our city that do that. And there's also a lot of dictators and bullies that sit there and say, no, you're not going to do this. I have more power than you. And we're going to do it.
Yeah, I guess he having some more technical difficulties, but he right though, man. Everything that he's saying is right, man.
I'm still here.
There you go.
Sorry. My a buddy of mine is trying to blow me up on Instagram. He's busy.
I got
you guys ass kicked him out of today's list hour, you know?
Yeah, so Chris say, I seen on YouTube they now got places in Canada where druggies can bring their drugs and get tested, then they give them back in 5 minutes. Whew, man, that's tough, man. That's I kind of think that's two-sided, man, because all right, I understand what they trying to do. You want to make sure they ain't out here ODing, they ain't got no, no stepped on drugs that's tainted or whatever. I understand that. But then you give it back to them. That shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Because now it seems like you encouraging them to keep on doing the drugs.
Yeah, but that's their city because like I said, they've been, there's been ways to prevent it, you know what I mean? There's been ways, man, but it's like, man, like you look at our city, like we had the downtown mission, you know what I mean? There was a guy, Ron Dunn. I used to work there, I don't want to be rude and bash you, but he stole money from the rumors is they bought a library. The library was a heart and soul of their downtown community where a lot of family, they bought the library, going to turn it into a homeless shelter. And what is that? They did nothing. Where did all that money go? Where did all that money that they got? And what's the building now? It's an empty building that homeless people break into. You went from having a community aspect in a community where that library, man, was there for years. You know what I mean? When struggling families wanted to do something, you go to a library. You send your kids to a library. They turn it into a mission. Nah, bro. They screw the city over and screw the taxpayers over. And now you take something away from people, and it's like, you know what I mean? And it's like, but man, anytime you go downtown, you see homeless people begging you for money, doing drugs. I remember one day, man, I'm walking to work 7 a.m. A guy's doing cocaine. A homeless man's doing cocaine at 7 a.m., bro. And I'm like, yo,
man,
like
early, got an early jump on the morning. Hell
yeah, man. It's sad. As someone from Windsor, Ontario, who's really involved in my community, it's sad. It's sad to see this shit happen every day. It's sad to see this happen, man. But what can you do? There's so much I can say. There's so much I can do.
But I understand, man, and a lot of people don't understand, man. These politicians that game you up, man, that talk your head off, talking about, man, I'm gonna do good, man, I'm gonna be the difference. Man, half of them ain't talking about nothing.
No, half of them are there for the money, the power, and the looks.
That's exactly the name credibility.
Like, there's politicians that I know that will go out there and go above and beyond. You know what I mean? And that's what our city needs. You know what I mean? But there's also politicians that sit there and act like they're going to make their change, promise you something in their election, and ain't going to do it.
But see,
it's sad. It's like, as a Windsor, right? Like, I don't want to be living in a room all my life. I want to sit there and get an apartment, get an affordable apartment where I can go in my living room, go in my kitchen. But the way that shit is, it's like these people know this is getting worse and worse, and they just keep backing away. Yeah, vote for me, we'll change it. But they ain't changing shit.
Exactly. And I feel that in the urban areas, those are the places that need help the most. Those are the people that have the people most in need. You have the drug users, you have the homeless people, you have the people with talent, but they just have nowhere to go, man, because they can't afford the rent. If you're charging $1,500 a month, $2,300 a month, hell, $1,200 a month, a lot of people can't even afford that.
So and the sad part is we have like housing help, but it takes like 4 years for you to get an application. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
But it's horrible. It's horrible in our city, and it's like our city's not going to change.
That's what I'm saying. Until you got enough people that care about the well-being of the city, like you. See, the problem is you have people that care, right? But you don't have enough people to outnumber the people who don't.
Unfortunately, you do not. So, and the sad part is, like I said, when we had our election this year, this was the lowest turnout I think it was 31%. 31% of Windsorites voted. That was the lowest turnout in our city history. Sorry for my language, but that's a fucking embarrassment. You know, I never vote. This is my second time ever voting. And why? Because after years of not voting, I wanted to vote. Man, I felt so bad for my buddy losing an election. I was wearing his shirt every day I could. You know, and I'll never forget that, man, because here I am, like, going to work, smoking a little blunt, crying at the river, thinking 31% of my community voted. But those people who didn't vote, they're going to complain. But, you know, you had the opportunity to go vote and have your voice heard, regardless if your person wins or not. But you could have inspired other people to vote, but you didn't.
That's because you actually care. You see how you said, man, because your buddy lost and you went to the river and you cried? That's because you actually care.
Oh, man, I felt bad because, you know what I mean? Because my buddy who ran for the mayor had some great ideas. He wanted to turn our city better thing. He wanted to make Londonderry area a community hub for the city. You know what I mean? He wanted to improve our transit, improve, like, it's a small thing, and maybe build apartments, affordable apartments. But Drew Dickinson, who sadly won his mayor election, what has Drew done? Nothing, you know what I mean? And it's sad to see how people vote, you know what I mean? And it's just like, what can you do? You can't sit there and do nothing, you know? All I can do is bash the person on social media, but where does that get me? It just makes me look like a hypocrite, which that's cool. That's your opinion. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to say, hey, I'm sick and tired of this shit happening in my city. I don't want to wake up and read about another crime. I don't want to go to another funeral, man. Like, to hear my buddy got executed like that broke my heart. You know what I mean? And to still see, like, the man on the run, no disrespect to the killer, but that man needs to man up and get what's coming to him. That man, you know, like, you think about the kid. Those kids are going to have no fathers now.
Right. I just think, and that's the tragedy of the whole situation. You know, the kids ain't going to have no father.
You lost the father.
One is
you lost
gone, one is going to be locked up, and one is going to be on the road.
To see my friends who are really close to that guy posting every day. I have a friend that posts every fucking day how he misses his boy, and that breaks my heart, man. That shit breaks my fucking heart because I can, as much as I'm there for him, it's not enough. Not enough for me to bring him back, bro. And just, man, and to sit there and see that shit every day, it makes me cry sometimes at night. Because, like, man, I'm messing my friend. Let me take you out for dinner. Let me come see you one day. You know what I mean? I'm here. But what can you do? Everyone's battling their own thing in their mind. And the best we can do is be there for someone. You know what I mean? I really hope they find that guy. You know, I really hope they find that shooter and that family gets the justice they deserve. I really do. I'm not trying, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? End of the day, there's other ways to solve your baby mama issue. You don't bring a gun and shoot someone.
Oh, most definitely. See, that's how the younger people handle their situations now. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get the gun and I'm gonna shoot them. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing, like, hey man, shit. If she don't want you, hey man, there's plenty of more out here.
Oh yeah, bro.
You gotta understand
that. It's just very sad to read and see that every day, and it's sad. It's very sad to see. You know what I mean? Like that thing I was telling you earlier. But on Saturday night, someone broke into a 6-year-old lady's house and beat her with a gun and robbed her. Like, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line in a city, in a community? Where do you draw that line? You can't draw the line.
So somebody broke into a 65-year-old woman's house, beat her with a gun.
Yeah. She sustained minor injuries, but still, where do you draw that line?
No, that's somebody's grandma, bro. That's somebody's mama, man.
People don't care in their city, bro. People want to do what's best for them. There's people who they're going to sit there and do what's best for them, but there's people that are going to sit there and do what's best for them and their community.
I really think that's a drug head move right there, though, man. You pistol whipping a 65-year-old woman, bro. That's a drug head move. That's a druggy move.
That is a druggy move, you know. But what do you do when you're homeless and there's a lot of drugs involved? You will do anything you can.
Yeah, man, that's such a tragedy, man. I hope that lady all right, man. Like, I don't, you know, like whenever I hear something about an elderly person, a special needs person, you know, something like that, man, getting beat up or, you know what I'm saying, something done to him, bro, I feel bad for him, bro.
Yeah, man.
You understand?
People don't sit there and have that respect towards people. People are not going to sit there and sit there, oh, that's someone's mother. They're going to do what's best for them.
That's a fact. That is definitely
and it's sad because I feel like there's a lot of selfish people in Windsor. There's a lot of people that are very selfish in our city, in our community. But then again, there's also people that are very caring in our city and community that will drop down and do something for something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Chris say I seen that on the news. Someone young must have been watching her. They said it was two guys with
Yeah,
masks.
yeah. What's up, manners?
Yeah, I mean, like, somebody probably was laying low, watching her activity. Like I say, probably some drug heads, some dudes, you know what I'm saying, on something, needed some money real quick, thought that was an easy lick,
Yeah. Oh yeah. But people are gonna do that for easy links. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. And it's sad that it was an older lady, man, somebody that lived her life, you know what I'm saying, in the golden years of her life, you know what I'm saying, don't never supposed to go through nothing like that. I don't care what color you is, never supposed to go through nothing like that. But I will say this, man. Hey, I'm gonna definitely be chopping it up with you. We gonna do some things, man. We gonna probably do some on location stuff, man.
Oh, for sure, my guy.
I'm gonna definitely chop it up with you, man. And I really appreciate you. So go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at, man.
So if everyone wants to give me a follow, I have Twitch, TikTok. My so a quick background about my name. So my name is the RPF Experience, Ralph Paul Frack, because life is an experience. And when you have Ralph, I want to keep it as positive and amazing as it can, because like I said, life is a beautiful journey. We don't know what someone's going through. You know what I mean, if there's anything I learned about my life, is that there's always been a lot of negative people trying to bring me down because they're going through something. You know what I mean? There's people that sit there and will talk shit to me, and they come up to me like, "Oh, I'm sorry, man." I'm like, I'm there's people that come up to me like, "Yo, Ralph, I'm sorry for what I said to you because I was going through something. I try to bring you down," and I'm like, "Bro, like, you know what I mean? There's no point in bringing down. We're on Earth. We're on this planet to grow and be better ourselves. Why do we have to put someone down? Why do we have to kill someone? The best, if you don't like someone, ignore them. Ignore them.
That's
Don't
all
go
you
out of their
gotta
way,
do.
man. I'll literally go into a club and I see people I hate. People will try to come up to me and get me kicked out. I'm sitting there going like, "Man, I don't like you. Don't talk to me. I'm not acknowledging you. Why do you have to?"
It's funny that you say that though, because you could go inside a club, right? And your whole motive is to go in that club and have a good time, listen to music.
Man, I'm going to that club. I'm trying to get a number. I'm trying to get a Snapchat. If I'm with my boys, I'm trying to wing them in. They call me the best wingman in my city. But
there you go.
But you know what I mean? Like, there was one incident. I go to a club with my one boy was going through a breakup, so he takes me out, and there was one guy sitting there talking shit, and I told him like, "Hey, bro, I don't like you." I said hi to you. Please leave me alone. And he's like, "Oh, bro, I haven't seen you in 30 years. I'm gonna talk to you." And I'm like, "Bro, leave me alone." And he was just like, "Bro, keep talking. I'm gonna smack you." And he was like a short dude. So I'm like, I look at my boy, and my boy's like looking at me. I went up to him. I'm like, "All right, smack me."
Hell no.
And I was like, "Bro, if you want to fight me right now." And he's just sitting there being scared. And all I said to him was like, "If you can't respect me, I don't want to talk to you. You're a bitch."
That's
and he goes, "Say that again." I'm like, "Bro, there's one incident a year ago. This guy comes up to me talking to me. I'm like, "I don't like you." And he's like, "I'm going to talk to you and treat you the way I want to. And you're going to take that because you're a little bitch." I smacked him 3 times in the face. He sucker punches me and walks away. And he was telling the bouncers, I'm starting shit. Meanwhile, I'm in the booth pouring shots to girls, like having a good time. And I'm just trying to and I'm just sitting there going and I remember leaving the club and I go to a parking lot. I look in the parking lot, there's like 40 white dudes come up to me like, "Yo, Ralph, where is he? I want to fight him." And I'm like, no, we're not fighting no one tonight.
Right.
Like, what's the point? We're not going to go fight him and jump him, and he's going to come out and try to retaliate. It's been a year, and this homeboy's still trying to retaliate. And I'm sitting there going like, "Bro, drop the beef." All I'm asking you, I tell people, if I don't like you, I'll still acknowledge you and say hi. If you say hi to me, I'm not going to be a douchebag. I'll say hi. How you doing? Good. I said hi to you. Leave me the fuck alone. You want to buy me a shot? Cool. I ain't buying you a shot.
There you go.
You don't have to come up to me and but there's so many people that will talk shit on Facebook and then they see me in public. "Oh, Ralph, you're so cool, man." And I'm sitting there going like, "Bro, like last week you made fun of me, bro. Why are you there trying to be nice to me?" Because I'm the vibe. Like, it's just, man, it's just, there's so many people, but you just gotta stay positive and you gotta be you. Because people are gonna like you for being you and the real you. No one's gonna like a fake ass person. So
exactly.
You know what I mean? If you're gonna be someone who's fake on Facebook, then be that person you are on social media. People who know me real, they know me I'm real. They'll sit there, man. People know wherever I go, I'm always a good time. If I can do something for my community, volunteer, I'll do it. If people hit me up like, "Yo, can you come to my party? I want you there." because you're a vibe. Yeah. I'm not doing nothing tonight.
You gonna
I
turn
like you.
that
I'll
sucker
go.
out. Shit, you gonna turn that mug
Yeah,
out.
yo, listen, if I'm not playing Fortnite or gambling on FanDuel, I'm there, you know. But yeah, if people want to find me, I have Twitch, Instagram, I have them all. My name is RPF Experience.
There you
It's
go, man.
Legends and Experience.
There we go, man. All the way from Windsor, Ontario, y'all, man. We got RPF Experience, man. All right, man. So I appreciate that, man. Like I say, I'm gonna chop it up with you, man. We gonna do some things, man. So for the audience out there, man, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on the videos. Like I say, your support is greatly appreciated. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely free and it costs you nothing. So until next time, man. For
Y'all
me,
appreciate the invite,
Joe,
man. Looking forward to
RPF
more combos.
Experience.
You have a good one, right?